Is extra AFM or is he UL?
Yeah, he's UL. It was fixed.
Nice.
But yeah.
I believe we do have him listed as AFM, but
one thing about Vapor, his punish was really solid yesterday in that, like, I thought we were gonna see the double fair right there, but goes for the Faraga. His punish was really solid yesterday in like the qualifier tournament for like Guest Coast unranked tournament series. And that's another mix-up he's been adding recently, that turnaround fair from the arc. But yeah, his punish being so good kind of explains his decision to go to a flat stage against ZSS, which is typically not the best decision, you know, because of her strong punish game. She essentially gets like free 80 sometimes. But yeah, these two players have been pretty evenly matched so far. We haven't seen like a super extended punish so far. Nice confirm from Extra right there. And Vapor not wanting to overcommit. The one thing about like overcommitting at low percent versus ZSS, you risk giving her all this extra credit. And oh man. Yeah, no, like
he had a speed on the first drop, but he lost it first.
Mm-hmm.
And that side B, he might lose this stock before Extrovert loses first.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, delayed that last jab. That was smart, but it didn't come into play too much. But yeah, that fully charged paralyzer gives you a lot of time to hit confirm. And as you said, you know,
very far as well.
Mm-hmm. And I think like this is one of the matchups where Sora actually has to play against a character that can like do not as like as much in terms of 0 to deaths, but as much in terms of like low percent punishes and like getting those extended punishes as much as Sora can, right? So I think that's one of the reasons why Vapor does so well. Extra does so well against Vapor. Like he has a really dominant set count against Vapor, because it's very rare to see like Vapor play against a character that has this level of punish game. And tries to get that thunder to hit him in tumble, but it can be pretty hard to directly call out ZSS when she's in tumble. But even then, like I don't even think that was just a ZSS situation. It was just, you know, that call. But either way, Vapor kind of evening up the stock count, but this is a chance for Extra to get ahead. Oh, getting that first hit uppy, but not killing with it.
Vapor not playing grounded at all, which is, I guess, warranted because Sora does get a lot off of aerials, but like Sora can certainly play grounded and swing grounded buttons.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, I feel like Vapor's scared of like overcommitting on the ground because Sora's grab is not the greatest, and also, oh yeah, that's gonna be clean. And Vapor finally taking the lead. You know, as we were saying, as we were talking about how dominant Extra is versus him, and like how well Extra was doing this game, Vapor crawling back. Yeah, I don't think Vapor wants to overcommit on the ground. Like he doesn't want to use dash attack as an approach tool as much as he does want to use it as like a tool to whiff punish with. Oh, no uppy right there. Could have been an extended punish. Because that up tilt out of shield is so good, and you usually that Paraga barely catching him right there. Oh, that air dodge was clutch. Yo, we're
that air dodge could have been the difference between the stock.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, Extra's SDI is great, so I don't think Floma would have led to a direct follow-up, but I would have put him in a really rough spot.
Dash attack. Going for dash attack at this person may be a little risky because it's not great on shield.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that fair right there. Vapor taking
I get it that he's trying to force him off stage. He wasn't able to do that. Vapor gets to stop with the forward there.
Mm-hmm. Vapor taking the first game against the Extra. Are we gonna see? We saw in the practice tournament. We saw Vapor Godly finals until it added EQ, but but no, we saw Vapor Godly multiple times, right? Are we gonna see it again? You know, not to get ahead, but you know, Vapor looking nice.
Or another one of those characters is really able to take advantage of shield pushback stacking with percent, because even if he can't kill you immediately, he gets you to 130, and you just have to respect there so much you can't do anything about it. It's just pushing you back.
Mm-hmm. You see Battlefield? Extra's been counterpicking this a lot recently. He did there are some tournaments earlier where he would counterpick it against other people, but I definitely think this is a little bit more of a recent development. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, he did do it versus like Hida and Summit and stuff like that, but yeah.
I definitely think it's sort of a bit harder to reactively like combo with Sora using platform, because sometimes his bounce will just like be eaten by the platform and you just input an attack.
Yeah, and that side B. Extra's been using side B to catch people either going to ledge or like stalling at ledge, like multiple sets now. Did that versus Astral when she was side Bing, and did that to catch Vapor right there earlier when he was ledge stalling, right? Oh, barely missing that thunder. I don't blame him for thinking that would hit, but
I would have started seeing the mix-up between up tilt up air and up tilt fair, because it just messes up your DI so much. If you DI in on up air, you die earlier. If you die out on fair, you die earlier.
Mm-hmm. And Extro being fun with slowing down the pace, considering how much of a lead he has. And this is the same lead we saw last game. Vapor is still able to make it back, right? So let's not count him out or anything. But, I mean, Extro's done a great job adjusting to the change of stage here, whereas Vapor, I feel like his gameplay hasn't really adjusted the same way. Oh, great man. Great upper at a disadvantage, but not killing versus ZSS is literally like it feels game deciding on like every interaction that you think might kill. If it does kill versus doesn't, it's so huge versus ZSS, because it's the difference between being a stock up and potentially her even like reversaling you or getting back to neutral straight from disadvantage, because you're definitely not edge guarding her in most of those situations without a hard call out, and her general disadvantage is also very good for an SSF2 character.
Hard for ZSS, but I think it's definitely possible to start calling out those like those strike rage ledge stalls.
Yeah, no, and he did do it earlier, right? Like on the first stock where he killed him with side B for it. So
he's been doing it for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't know Sora has that, you at least know Vapor does that.
Oh, trying to up smash there. I feel like it's funny enough. Like, it might just be because he's grinding the game less than he used to. But I feel like we've seen Extra get a lot less mileage out of like up smash or even some of the low percent up tilt confirms than he used to. This is like an alternate dimension version of last game where he like kept the lead. You know what I mean? Because it was like such a similar situation. But Extra was like adapted to playing with the lead way better.
I feel like Vapor's too eager to hit him immediately when he's off stage. Like, I think a little waiting might help. Like, you can definitely extend a long way with Sora. Like, you can definitely go a bit far. But I feel like you just need to wait a little bit sometimes instead of just going out there immediately and just kind of like swatting.
Oh, and getting a little too eager to attack out the corner there. Like, you have to respect ZSS's shield. Like, a lot. Again, like, frame 3 out of shield that covers cross-ups. Pretty wide on both sides. Oh, and that's exactly what he needed. Sora may be down, but he's never out. You know what I mean? Definitely a character of the Disney variety. Oh, gets the SDI behind, but that Nair covering it. Sora, Vapor not ready to cover that, though. And getting the SDI, again, Vapor, like, I feel like he just has to give up on Flomo back when the opponent isn't, like, too scared of going off stage. You know what I mean? Because people are getting so consistent at SDIing it now. Definitely giving a lot of players myself tutorials on how to SDI, right? So I'm just sitting here thinking, and it's been months since that development. He has to adapt and I think just put away the Flomo back versus certain players. The Flomo down wasn't too bad. I mean, Extra got the SDI behind, but it wasn't too impactful. He still got nared for it.
Oh, confirmed that. Oh, misses.
Yeah. Tight game yet again. But this time,
Takes it.
Extra clutching it out instead. Been such a tight game. Such a tight set, I mean, so far.
Yeah.
I think Vapor, you know, you gotta, like, if you're in Vapor shoes right now, you can't think about the fact that you could have been up 2-0 right now. I've definitely been in that position and thought that before. I could have been up 2-0, could have won 3-0, or like yeah, you can't think like that. You just gotta go on from here, right? In terms of the counter pick, we could see Yoshi's. I think Yoshi's probably sort of strongest counter pick in this matchup, as far as I know. PC is also decent. Just anything with like smaller blast zones, especially smaller side blast zones. WarioWare could also be great, obviously. All that said about blast zones and like wanting to kill ZSS early aside, Vapor just loves Rainbow Root for some reason as of late. So we might just see that for no reason. Okay, we see Smashville. Players definitely not picking what I predict them to. It's definitely been a huge miss for me lately, right? Used to definitely call it out every single time. But yeah, I'm surprised we see this. Wonder what the bans were.
Yeah, variety rocks. I don't know, but I'm thinking of like V Ratty Rocks, like V Lone Breath.
Yeah. But yeah, Ratty Rocks. Yeah, it's Vapor rocking that tag for those that don't know to represent Cratty Rocks. Probably the best Latin Sora ever. Well, I mean, Vapor is Latin, but he doesn't play in Latin scene tournaments.
Yeah. And that fair will take it. Forgot what percent he was at, but.
Yeah, Vapor with the early lead.
About Extro in general, he just like over relies on combo DI.
But yeah, Extro catching him shielding out of what is it? Out of tumble, or not out of tumble, out of lag right there, which is huge. And Vapor is kind of shown that he's willing to mash in those situations, like right there, where he did the what was it, up air, right? Oh, he's gonna get a lot of hits done, but managed to land on the platform, kind of taking away that huge advantage you get from knockback stacking. Miss spaces barely. Can we see the back throw? Oh, up throw. I feel like it's easier to hit confirm off of.
And again, he gets another chance to just close the gap. And both with grabs from Extro, and Vapor can't do much off of him.
Up to, oh, barely missing the backer right there. You can also, like, one thing I do want to see from people is smash DIing ZSS up B. Like, from my experience, it genuinely is useful. You can not only get like further distance to the direction you're already going to be launched at relative to her, like behind or in front, but you can also just straight up change the direction you're going to be launched at. That one obviously doesn't get you away from the combo entirely, but I mean, it does mess up how ZSS has to hit confirm it. Yep. Oh, if he got the like extension after landing, that would have been crazy. Oh, that there is huge. 3-1 lead. We've seen that. We've seen these 2 stock leads for Extro a lot though, and Vapor has done a good job making it back pretty much every single time. So you can never take it for granted. But when it is last stock, I mean, there's a certain pressure, right? Oh my god, yeah, no, I thought we were gonna see the chase down side B, extra
that's side B connectivity from both players actually. They both get side B. Up tilt.
Yeah, barely missing that what is it, that pair right there. One thing about comboing, oh, clean catch on the roll away from X right there. One thing about comboing both these characters is that, I mean, we talk about the ZSS disadvantage being crazy, but Sora, despite losing his jump, is always able to like get that up B restored after every hit, right? So we are going to see Vapor do that a lot. I mean, we have seen Vapor do that a lot, right? So that is one thing to watch out for if you're Extra and you're punishing him as well. Always having to keep track of that. Basically a jump height away. But yeah. On to game 4. Let's see if Vapor can bring it back to a game 5 situation. We see Rainbow Root.
It is Rainbow Root.
Yeah, that's it's definitely been Vapor's favorite as of late. I'm honestly wondering why we haven't seen something with like, you know, the WarioWare Yoshi blast zones, but yeah, this is Vapor is the one player that justifies having this Like, his existence kind of justifies having this stage on the stage list because nobody else is picking it. We literally added this for nobody besides Vapor to pick it.
I picked it. Anyways.
No, that was definitely hyperbole, but you get what I mean though, right? Like, it's pretty rare to see it get picked.
Like, not many people pick it.
Yeah, it's literally just you and Vapor. Like, even like counting people we don't see on stream as much, like you, for example, right? Like, you don't enter like every single thing. Like, it's still pretty rare.
Yeah.
Oh, really close side B to shield. That's a direct punish for getting that reverse fair. Yeah. But honestly, you gotta know when like as Sora, when your move's gonna launch that close to an opponent, because that fair reversal was unfortunate, but you gotta be aware of that. Oh, not getting the pick right there. That's gonna be the stock.
And any option other than Tekken would have probably been hit by that F smash anyway.
And I'm pretty sure this is the second time that Extra has been taken to this stage in recent tournaments. Because you took him here as well.
Fire.
Yeah, that far, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, you took him here, right?
Yeah.
What do you think it is about ZSS that like makes people counterpicker here? I mean, like, you two just kind of like the stage, but what do you think makes it like okay, it isn't a terrible idea to counterpicker here, and what do you think makes Extra still able to keep up like and still make it competitive even when he is getting counterpicked here?
If it's one thing, it's definitely the upper blast zone, I feel, because like ZSS just has so many ways, like fair, like to just do stuff into fair and not fair, and you just die earlier if you do like the optimal DI against fair anyway, which is like usually up and in, and you still die because that DI up, you know, sends you up to the really close upper blast zone.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also, I feel like the janky like underside of the stage doesn't really impact her too negatively, because I mean, like, it can impact her, but not as much as other characters who straight up like can't recover as a result. Like, ZSS is always going to be able to recover. It just kind of constricts her angles or like ways she can get to the ledge a little bit. But unfortunate from Vapor right there. Oh my god. Oh, if he had that dog in him, he definitely would have side B. But he is on his last stock, right? So he side B back to stage. Doesn't get too much out of that. And again, Extra with the 3 stocks to 1 lead. But if you've ever watched the documentary, you know this is not guaranteed. Right? And all you need is that one Disney-sponsored stock, that one, some would say, Mickey Mouse stock. Vapor with the smart bait taunt in order to get Extra to taunt back and waste all of his respawn invincibility. That's definitely a spot, not on the grind PR, but on the smart grind PR. You know what I mean? It's like a 2 million IQ. Not to say Vapor did it on purpose. Definitely trolling a little bit. But Extra with the classic chase down side B, making his way to winners finals, setting up another Extra godly winners finals. We've seen this a lot recently, where they just play in well, we saw it early in the season actually,